My sister, my younger sister, for years has been nagging me to read the Sherlock Holmes series.
So Dr. Jamie Riley, a speech-language pathologist at the University of Florida, decided to put an end to the nagging. He started to read Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's famous crime mystery novels. But Riley stumbled upon a new mystery while reading a passage from the Valley of Fear, the fourth and final novel of the Sherlock Holmes series published in 1915.
I noticed this passage that was eerily similar to what I had just read 3 hours before in the clinic.
Riley noticed this passage from the Valley of Fear.
An elderly man, shrewd, silent, and self-contained, clad in an old black frock coat, which, with his soft felt hat and ragged grizzled beard, gave him a general resemblance to an itinerant preacher.
Sounded a lot like a passage that is widely used to evaluate many neurological speech disorders called the grandfather passage.
My grandfather, Van Riper, 1963. You wish to know all about my grandfather. Well, he is nearly 93 years old. He dresses himself in an ancient black frock coat, usually minus several buttons, yet he still thinks as swiftly as ever. A long, flowing beard clings to his chin, giving those who observe him a pronounced feeling of the utmost respect.
Dr. Riley and linguistics student Jamie Fisher thought the passages sounded enough alike, so they decided to put on their own detective hats and investigate the mystery. But what they found produced yet another mystery.
Basically, the chronology of this was there is a 1975 version of the passage that most people cite, or they miscite as being the originators of the passage. There's a 1963 version, which was arguably the original, and then there's the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, The Valley of Fear.
So are the three passages coincidentally similar?
The first thing that we found is basically that there are these two parallel passages. The 1975 passage, the authors failed to cite the 1963 passage, and they only diverge by about 3 or so words.
One mystery solved. Did Van Riper also fail to cite the Valley of Fear?
And it turned out there was this other bizarre coincidence that he was the chair of a speech-language pathology department for years and years and years, but he was also on the side a prolific writer. He was a novelist, so in his spare time in the evenings, he actually wrote murder mysteries, similar to the Sherlock Holmes novels, right? And so what we thought is possible that sort of what you have is a little bit of a veiled tribute to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle sort of infiltrating this passage.
A tribute that was left unnoticed until a gumshoe UF professor and sidekick student cracked the nearly 50-year-old mystery. At the University of Florida, I'm Chris Bilowich.